So any energy that you put out there, you're going to receive. If I were in a social situation and somebody maybe said something about me and I didn't like it and it made me feel gross, but I knew it wasn't true, am I going to go and spread hatred, mean things about another person? No, because if we're looking at the magnetism in life, that means that somebody else is going to go do that about me. Or that means somebody is going to be feeling those gross vibes about me. That's not what I want. I want to spread positivity. I want to change my mindset into, okay, that person is not somebody that I'm going to have a deep, meaningful connection with right now. But I'm going to focus instead on deep, meaningful connections with spiritual people that I connect with. I'm going to focus my energy into what it is that I'm wanting. Hi, Conscious Parents. It's Carrie here, and I am here with a little info about raising our mindful kids. I've got some tips and tricks about breaking free of the box and becoming who you are and teaching your kids how to do that along the way. Join us. Hi there, happy listeners. It's Carrie here, and I'm so excited. I have a new project called Conscious Family Travels on YouTube. It's all about mindfully traveling with our highly sensitive kids. We love to give tips and tools about how you can pack, how you can prepare, traveling with dietary restrictions. We love to share in-depth guides of certain areas that we are traveling to, as well as some of the actual items that we use along our journey. So join us on this Conscious Family Travels journey. Hi, and welcome back to this mini episode. I'm so excited to have you guys here today. I am working on something myself, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to share it with you guys. We're going to have some ideas of mantras we can say to ourselves, prayers we can say to ourselves, and some affirmations that we can do during meditations and such. Today, we're going to be talking about positivity. I understand there's the piece of toxic positivity, but I'm here to say there are pieces that we can still do with positivity that can turn up better in the long run for us as parents, as intuitive people, just as humans in general, right? Positivity is something that I am encompassing this year, 2025. I had that phrase, light me up, where I'm looking as challenges, as opportunities to heal, grow, and learn. And along with that comes positivity. And I know that there's the toxic positivity, but let's focus on the mindset changes that we can do. So when we talk about positivity, I've talked about this a lot. I think this is really good for us to be models of, role models of it for our kids, because they're entering into a world that can be overstimulating, challenging, and just hard on our pieces of being a human. So when we think about these positivity pieces, it leads us this room for being open to what the world can bring us, right? It also helps us to not put these layers of protection around us. If we are wanting to retreat from the world, if we are wanting to lessen our connection with ourselves, lessen our connection with the world, lessen our connection even with our kids when we're having a hard day, all of these different pieces that we're putting on ourselves and protecting ourselves and closing ourselves off, that is not going to help you hear your heart. That is not going to help you connect with your kids. That is not going to help you connect with the world so you can see these opportunities that are brought to you or doors that are opened for you, things you are meant to learn. If you're not in tune with yourself and not connected with yourself, how are you going to heal, grow, change, or learn? So, when I am faced with a challenge, I want you guys to know that any challenge is going to be hard. It's going to knock you down. It's going to surprise you sometimes. It's going to hit you in the gut. And no matter what spiritual guru you are, you still need to tune into the mindset pieces of looking for the positive, looking toward the universe in what am I meant to heal, grow, learn, change in this challenge right now. But also don't forget that in the world, in our universe, there is the piece of magnetism. There is a magnet for energy. So any energy that you put out there, you're going to receive. If I were in a social situation and somebody maybe said something about me and I didn't like it and it made me feel gross, but I knew it wasn't true, am I going to go and spread hatred, mean things about another person? No, because if we're looking at the magnetism in life, that means that somebody else is going to go do that about me. Or that means somebody is going to be feeling those gross vibes about me. That's not what I want. I want to spread positivity. I want to change my mindset into, okay, that person is not somebody that I'm going to have a deep, meaningful connection with right now. But I'm going to focus instead on deep, meaningful connections with spiritual people that I connect with. I'm going to focus my energy into what it is that I'm wanting. I'm going to not go around and talk about it with other people. Maybe I have to get it out because I have to vent at home with my husband or my partner, somebody that I truly trust and connect with that I know isn't going to share any of it. Maybe I need to do some of these meditative pieces that I'm going to share with you. Also, it can be used in a parenting pattern too. So if we're thinking about how our kids, maybe if I'm thinking, oh, it's so annoying that my kid can't be flexible. I just want to pick them up from school and go to the grocery store. I know normally when we come home, we have our snack, we do our singing bowl, we have this whole procedure that my kid, can't they just be flexible? Maybe we can change that mindset into, let me help my kid find one small flexible piece. Let me help my kid maybe not do the singing bowl right when we get home. Maybe we could do it right before dinner. Let me help my kid find something that their body can handle. And I'm changing my mindset into what I don't want to see into what I do want to see. Because of that magnet piece, right? We want to feel that magnet energy of what we want coming back toward us. So I love this idea of using affirmations, chants, prayers when we're meditating. And one of them, I was recently doing a project and it talked about inhaling what we want, exhaling what we don't want. That's a big one in energy work, right? So let's get into, when you get into a deep meditation, and you guys, you choose your path to get there. You can just focus on your breathing. You can feel the chair that you're sitting on, your feet on the floor, all of those pieces to help you calm your body and connect deeper, raise your awareness. So an example of one I would use is I inhale patience. I exhale impulsivity. And you say it 3 times. I inhale patience. I exhale impulsivity. I inhale patience. Ooh, that's a good one, mamas and daddies. I exhale impulsivity. Now, another one that I like, I inhale compassion. I exhale judgment. So do that one 3 times. I inhale strength. I exhale weakness. And one of the things that I love to do is have an affirmation, a prayer, something that helps me to connect with myself. And I like to say it maybe 3 times a day. And sometimes I do it before school pickup. I am confident about my parenting and our amazing future, no matter what is occurring at this moment. That would be a powerful one to say to yourself when your kid is having a meltdown. I am confident about my parenting and our amazing future, no matter what is occurring at this moment. We're changing that mindset. We're thinking about the future. We're not going into the rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, my kid is having a meltdown. They're never going to stop. He's turning 10 soon. How is he having this meltdown? Oh gosh, do I need to get more OT? Do I get more counseling? Do I need to go do Reiki? Like Carrie said, Reiki helps with the kids. No, stay out of the rabbit hole. Connect with yourself. Try this affirmation, prayer, parenting. Try to focus on the change that you want to see. Because guess what? Even this 42-year-old mama, she still has her meltdowns, right? Highly sensitive people, we all have that overstimulating moment. Woo! It's part of being a human and having compassion for ourselves. So, one last thing I want to leave you with, and this is one that just, it just really hit me, and I love this one. And I'm just gonna keep saying this. I think I'm gonna write it on my mirror. I texted it to myself before the kids come out of school. I'm gonna say it before I go to bed, when I wake up in the morning and I do a little mini meditation, half asleep. I'm going to say, I am open to good in my life now and always. And so it is. Let's say that one again because I love that one. I am open to good in my life now and always. And so it is. Thank you, parents, for tuning in and connecting with me. I hope it can help you connect with yourself. Oh, that one that I just said, let's teach our kids this one. This is a perfect one to say before we go to school. This is a perfect one to say as we're shaking off the energy of the day and walking to the car. Let's help our kids feel empowered, especially our sensitive kiddos. I see you parents doing amazing work. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in, Changemakers. This is Carrie. And if you haven't done a review for us, 5 stars and a little few words about what you've enjoyed in our podcast episodes, we would really appreciate it. If you guys would like to ever message me, I would love any questions you have or any feedback at info@hearttoheartlife.com. We also have a brand new website, which we're super excited to share. It's hearttoheartlife.com. Thanks so much for tuning in, and happy life, happy times, Changemaker families. Please remember that the information shared on this podcast is educational in nature and does not constitute licensed mental health advice. If you need such advice, you should speak with a licensed professional about your unique situation. Thanks so much, happy listeners.